underground dialogue. We gon' tell the truth, we ain't scared like a lot of y'all. Matters who they are, do we bow? No, not at all. Dropping bombs on this wicked world, so it gotta fall. Underground dialogue. We gon' tell the truth, we ain't scared like a lot of y'all. Matters who they are, do we bow? No, not at all. Dropping bombs on this wicked world, so it gotta fall. From the industry to the Oval Office, we expose the darkest motives of them all and disclose what the protocol is. Thinking and moving logical, stopping every maneuver possible, and apologizing for truth is not optional. We gon' help you with what you go through, reshape and mold you, and sweep over them weak lies they told you. If you living with no clue, we gon' deprogram the old you, and you get to keep
what
your
up,
soul
man?
too.
It's your big brother K Reno.
And it's your boy Key Stove.
And y'all are tuned in again to another episode of the Underground Dialogue podcast where the name speaks for itself. Yeah. And tonight, you know what, Keisto, man? We call this seat,
I was thinking the same thing,
the legend seat.
Yeah.
And rightfully so, because a lot of true legends have sat in that seat. But I'm going to say this tonight, man. The brother that's sitting in that seat now, he raises the prestige of that seat up.
Yeah.
45-50% just by his presence being sitting down with us, man.
I was thinking, instead of signing the wall, you might need to sign the seat.
He might need to sign, get us a silver mark in there to sign.
Right. Okay, the check's in the mail, man.
Man, look, man, this free of charge, man. This brother hit the scene in the mid-'80s with the smash hit The Rain that cracked the top 10 on Billboard, man. Yeah. And what I love about him is that he was one of the first artists that I saw during my upbringing that was able to cross over into that hip-hop fan base as a singer.
Yeah.
And he also was one of the first brothers to embody and exude that player persona, but at the same time doing it with class, doing it with dignity. And he's internationally renowned, well-respected, a legend. And if anybody got a problem with anything I just said, then that means they must be a alley cat coat wearing, hush puppy shoe wearing, crumb cake, and they need to be dismissed. We got the one and only Mr. Oran Juice Jones in the building.
You cats, man. Thank you, man. That's cool. And it's great to be here, man. Player, listen, man. Player to player. I've watched you, man, over the years, man. And brother, believe me, the honor's mine. The privilege is mine.
Nah, man, the honor is all ours, brother. Like I say, you was such a big fixture, and I know in my childhood, Keisto a little younger than me, but I know he's hip as well. Man, what was your early influences in music? Who were the people you were just too cool? Because when I listen to you, I hear a little Smokey. I hear a little Russell Tompkins from Stylistics and all that. So who was some of your early influence you was
man, it was a few cats. But you know, the Smokey Robinsons and the Shy-Lights and all that was cool. But I dug with them cats, man. But I listened to a lot of cats that were off the grid, and some like the Delphonics. You know, the Stylistics. They weren't exactly mainstream. They were, I mean, you dug them, I dug them, but we was hip. We was cool at that time. Hip, that's the word I ain't used.
Oh, yeah, they know what it is.
Yeah. You know, but yeah, it was like, and so the Temprees, you know, there's a bunch of cats that had, it was a style and a sound that I just grew up on, man. And New York was rocking at that time. I was coming back. I was between New York and Houston, so my family is here. But that was, you know, my mother had went to New York and my father was here, so I was back and forth. So in Houston was rocking at that time, but it was the same vibe actually, you know, for me, because the same, you know, the same type of music, you know. But then I was around a lot of older cats too, you know, so.
I remember just back in those early days, because I wanted to ask you, how'd you end up going from Houston to New York? I was always under the impression that you was born and raised in New York, and then I was okay.
No,
born in H-Town.
Born in H-Town. I was born in Houston. I lived in, I was, my mother and father, he's from Fifth Ward. Yeah. And during that time, it was, I think they called it, the Bloody Fifth.
They still do. The Bloody Nickel.
Yeah. Bloody Nickel. Really? Oh, I didn't know. Yeah, that's what they call it. He lived on Market Street, right behind Phyllis Wheatley, I think, over there. I used to go over there, and so, but what happened? They just, you know, he wasn't with it. He was a good cat. He just wasn't right for her, you know. and he was man enough to let it, he didn't string her along. You dig what I'm saying? He was a man about it. And years later, when we got, when I went to see him, as a man, I told him I respected him for that. Yeah. He told her, what makes some man a good wife is just not me. You dig what I'm saying? And at that time, then she decided, her father decided, well, let me send you to New York and put the miles between us, because I don't, if that's what it is, that's what it is. And so that's how I wound up going back and forth and for the next. And that till now, I mean, I've gone back and forth.
When you went to New York, who'd you stay with in New York? You went to live with
we had with my aunts, my family, my mother, me, my mother, my brother. We stayed there. We had my aunt had a boarding house, and black, only kind of people that could afford to live like that was people, street people in the street, hustlers, pimps, hoes, and so she had an apartment with 7 bedrooms. Minus hers. She had, it was 8 bedrooms. It's a huge apartment. Back in those days, pre-war buildings.
It's like a mansion.
It's like a mansion. Yeah, it was really huge.
Like them standards.
Yeah, it was huge. So, and they would rent the rooms out in order to afford it, so they could afford it. And she rented the rooms out to like, cats in the street, and I would spend a lot of time in the house, so we wouldn't go, at night I would go and sit on the porch or the stoop or whatever. But during the day I would spend time in the house with them, and they would be in the house with me during the day. And at night they would go out and I wouldn't go out. I would just, I'd go to bed. But during the day when we spent that time together, we had conversations. Yeah. And those conversations, that's what, that was my introduction.
Let me ask you this.
To the world,
From going from New York to Houston back and forth, they always say the South is slow and then New York is a lot more advanced. Is that something you can see?
No, but see, I found the benefit. The South being slow and being fed. That's all. I think that's something that's presented to keep people, their mindset. I've seen beautiful people up north. I've seen beautiful people down south. Yeah, people are people, baby.
Oh, right.
Yeah. But let me tell you, the South is slower in pace, but that's good. That's how you live, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you can observe more when things are slower around and compared to when everything.
When you go from point A to point B, if you get there too fast, you'll miss what's happening and life happens in between the notes. That's when music occurs, in between the notes.
Come on,
you know what I'm saying? So you gotta see what it is and know what it was. You know what I'm saying?
Did you start off like in groups, like singing groups, or was you solo?
No, I did the singing group thing.
Because that's the 60s going to the 70s. Yeah,
that was just to get girls, man. It wasn't nothing serious, man. And I wish that I had taken it serious, because when I found myself thrust into it, I was I had to play it by ear. You know what I'm saying? Because there was no mentorship. There was no book or no rules, or nobody telling you this is what you do. That's why a lot of cats, they just play it by ear, and some cats fall victim to it. Other cats, they survive, So it's great to be here, though, baby.
Yeah, without a doubt, man.
Yeah, without a doubt.
We glad you're here. So
not as bad as I am.
Oh man,
considering what's going on.
Yeah. But the thing is, brother, you still looking young. You want those people that
baby.
if you tell Kurt, if he tells somebody his age, he one of the people they gonna go, oh, for real? They ain't gonna go, oh, all right. You know what I'm saying?
Man, I tell cats, and they don't really, they think I'm, but it's cool, I just, you live right, man. And I've been fortunate enough not to be able to keep it pimping. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I'm not talking about pimping what we used to. You talking about now. I'm talking about P.I.M.P, the power in my perspective. Yeah. Prayer is my philosophy. Okay. You know what I'm saying? That's my. That's what I'm talking about.
Don't do it like that. Yeah, man.
That's
man. Come on.
Power in my perspective. You know what I'm saying?
So let me ask you this. So as we fast forward, like you said, you're in a couple of groups. When did you say, okay, you know what? Now I'm ready to get out there on my own and pursue this solo career? Because to us, you came out of nowhere.
Play, to be honest with you, I never did. I was down here. I was going to TSU studying biology. Yeah. I was really going to be a doctor, man. I'm brilliant.
Right.
You know, I mean, I just, you know, and I was just, you know, and I really was. But what happened was, man, Curtis Blow came down here doing the show, and that's when hip hop at first came out, man. I think Sugar Hill Gang just started, you know. And he came down. He said, "Man, come on back to New York. Come on back." I said, "No, I'm gonna do this doctor thing." He said, "Come on back to New York. This for the summer. Just come on back and hang out and then just see what the scene is." So I did that, and while I was there that summer, I wrote "That's Daydreaming" for him.
Yeah.
And came back to TSU because I was committed to that. And then I got the money. I got the check.
Yeah.
And I was happy.
Right.
And then he showed me his check.
Mm.
And I was unhappy.
You're like, you were from whoa, look at him.
Yeah, and then I was unhappy. And then I asked him, how can we fix this, man? You know, because you know, I got the bug now. You know, I'm caught now. So, but I got to make sense of it. And they said, man, sign a deal. Don't do the writer thing no more. I mean, do it still, but sign a deal directly. You know. So
you knew Curtis before you. Really
Curtis and I grew up. Me and his brother friends. So
yeah,
we grew up together, and he was there, his little brother. You know.
Right.
So then that's how. And then when he said, I'm introduce you to Russell, right? And I said, okay. So I met him and Russ, and we hung out. Everything was cool. And he had ran into some problems with Run DMC. He was trying to promote him. He didn't have no money, right? So I said, man, I'll give you some money to promote him. He said, no, I get the money, but thank you. And from that point, it was cool. And he said, I got a cool situation called Def Jam. Ain't a lot of money, but if you sign up now, we get down with me, we'll make some money and we'll have a lot of fun. I said, okay, cool. So and it went just like that. And to this day, I can't extend my foot far enough to kick myself, you know.
Man, to get in on that part of that side of the game, man. Oh man, boy. Oh boy, them regrets, man. So if he's talking about Russell Simmons, y'all,
that
for y'all
conversation
who might not know.
15 minutes. I mean, yo, it was, and I've been crying up since.
You know what that's like, big brother? That's like the story I heard Magic Johnson tell about when they asked him to get behind Nike in the early days, and he was like, nah, I ain't gonna do it. And so then Nike ended up blowing up because the guy who owned Nike, he was just trying to come up at the time, and Magic was like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah.
And now
they got behind Jordan.
Yeah, he
done that.
He missed out on about $1 billion.
Yeah,
now Def Jam being a hip hop label, man, I always thought about that because when you first came out, I said, man, he's on Def Jam. I had the record.
Right.
So I was like, so Def Jam was probably 2 years in at that time.
Yeah, about that.
So
yeah.
for them to sign a singer, so that it kind of makes sense that was kind of based on y'all relationship.
Yeah, our relationship was based on. But then when it got to where it was, I was really going to do it. That's where that early, staying with my aunt's boarding house. That's where that mentality kicked in. Unfortunately, that's what kicked in. What I should have done at that point is the moment it was real. I should have went and educated myself on what I was getting involved with, so that I could exploit it and not be as exploited by it. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't do that. I did what we normally do. I mean, I turned up.
I'm gonna be famous.
I'm gonna be famous.
Yeah.
And I didn't really see it for what it was. So, but then that mentality kicked in, and then and as far as the pimping thing, with them cats, all of the players during that time, it was like, player, you can't do it all. You ain't supposed to. You gotta do it first. That's the key. That's the trick. Don't do it all. Nobody do it all. You do it first.
That's
and that was the mentality. Yeah.
So no. Yeah.
And so now I'm figuring I'm doing a love song. I'm singing, but how am I gonna sing? I'm on hip hop. I gotta do something ain't nobody did. So I can do it first. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's I said, Mama, I'm not gonna rap, but I'm gonna tag something onto it. Because other singers, then they begging. I'm not gonna do that. That's not my way. You dig what I'm saying? I'm gonna get down like that. So that put a bad taste in my mouth even thinking about it. So I'm not gonna dog her. You know what I'm saying? I don't dog her. I don't do that.
Right.
I keep it pimping. You know, the power of my perspective, power of my personality.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I keep it pimping. So how can I do it my way and still have it received by the public as something that's cool, fresh, and exciting? You know, without incorporating too much of this powerful, funky pimp dialogue, because I don't want to get it. I wanted to make it last. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to incorporate too much of what we talk, how we talk it, because I want it to last 30, 40 years. So I got to incorporate stuff that's going to survive 30 or 40 years.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's science.
Yeah.
Not check. It's just chess.
Come
you know
on,
what I'm saying? So that's why the verbiage is every word in that monologue was it was isolated. It was particular.
Strategically designed.
Strategically designed.
Yeah.
So that's what it was. So that's why it stood out from anything. It wasn't, there was nothing on to compare it to. And that's another thing, player, that I kind of realized that you can't do it all. You do it first. But when you do it first, there's nothing to compare it to.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So there's no middle ground for you. You gonna fly, or you gonna fly.
Doing it first forces you to be original because you don't have no template to follow.
There's nothing to follow. You can't follow nothing. You know what I'm
right.
saying? And you can't ask no question. You can't ask nobody if I'm doing this. That's another thing that was a problem with me. I didn't have nobody to go to and say, all the other cats were like, yo, how you write this, how you say this, how you they rapping. They're doing the same thing. And nobody's doing what I'm doing. So who do I have to go to ask, well, am I doing it right or what do you think? And then nobody, so it's frightening, like that. But at the same time, it's cool because I don't have to really worry about failure because there's nothing, you can't even compare to failure.
Come on, man.
You know what I'm saying? But I gotta be fly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that was there for it. And I even then I didn't know. You know how I know that it worked? By sitting here talking to you right now, 30 plus years
my
after
childhood. I ain't seen my childhood. I was a teenager. That song came out right in the perfect pocket of my life. Like we walk around this bad boy. Oh man, that the world loved the song, but I know in the city of Houston and in my neighborhood and around my crew, we was done, bro. Cause like you said, we had never seen nothing like it, and just the falsetto, man. Talk about that falsetto, bro. Because like I said, I caught some Smokey.
That was the Smokey. That was all of that.
Yeah.
And that was just trying to be fly. If my hair was long, nobody got to process.
It conked it out on the bars out here.
These guys don't know. We know about that.
Yeah, conkaline for y'all look that up. Yeah.
Look that up.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I was because I know at that time of point, I even heard you say once before that Russell wasn't even looking for hip hop. He was trying to do R&B.
Yeah, he wanted to do R&B.
Yeah,
he wanted to do R&B.
Rick that one that was the one.
He didn't want to do R&B at all. He didn't want to do R&B. And Russell wanted to do R&B, but he didn't know what he wanted to do. He wanted to do R&B, but he wanted to still incorporate because Whitney Houston came in one time. He was trying to get her to rap. And he was boom, boom. I will always love you. And she looked at him like he was crazy. And I'm saying, I know this nigga's cat's crazy, but he grew up just like we grew up, listening to his parents,
right?
Listening to that's where you get it from, your parents listening to it, and so he wanted that, but he didn't know it was going to turn out like it did because no one did, and I didn't know. I didn't, because I wanted to do something different,
So when it did pop off, when that single started just running like it did, what's going through your mind? Because, like I say, from our perspective, you came out of nowhere, just new artist on Def Jam. I don't know how long you had been.
Yeah, no, I hadn't been doing it, man. It just came out.
So it's like, boom.
What happened, they booked me on this European tour, man, and that tour lasted damn near almost a year, about a year. So a lot of it, when I got back here I was running back and forth, but I didn't see a lot of the impact of it like that because I was out there trying to get some money.
Yeah.
And even then, it was just to keep it 100, man. During that time, it was a lot of drugs. There's a lot of drugs, there's a lot of women, there's a lot of things, and none of us, and none of us really reaped the benefits of our efforts because we didn't know. People don't get what they want because they don't know what to ask for.
Yeah,
you dig? I didn't know what to ask for. None of us did. A lot of us didn't. Yeah. You'll hear a lot of stories about cats coming. There's one on me now about cats, about how they were ripped off, or they was, people stole from it, and a lot of it's true. Most of it's true. But it's not. There were some people who had people who looked out for them, or who told them different things. Some were just more attentive. Some did other things. Some, but the reality of it is that during that time, man, I was moving so, like we said earlier, I was moving so fast that I couldn't see what was I was trying to, and then other things occurred.
Yeah.
That just you come to a point where you have to make a decision.
Right.
Right. In all things.
Yeah.
So
you around that time, you had to be what, late 20s?
Yeah, 27, 28.
So you super young, probably had no knowledge of us, contraction.
There was no knowledge of anything.
Yeah.
No, I won't tell you what I was doing a week before, but it wasn't right. It wasn't right.
Statute of limitations.
It wasn't right, and even that, to be honest with you, Kay, I didn't know how broke I was till I made some money. You did what I'm saying?
Dude, man. This dude said, first he said, what did you say? You say, you don't get what you want because you don't know what that's for. He said, I didn't know how broke I was till I made some money.
I didn't know how broke I. Most people, I guess, are like that. You don't really know how broke you are until you get your hands on some real paper.
Absolutely.
And then you realize, what?
This how it's supposed to be?
Yeah, this because when you see where I'm here, but there's over there, and I'm not over there, and I want to go over there. And then no matter where you go, there's always an over there somewhere. You know what I'm saying?
It's funny how the world perceives you, because they paint these 5-minute videos to show that you over there.
Yeah, absolutely.
You might be over here.
Absolutely. But a lot of cats, that's part of it for them. You have to determine what it is. Everything is gonna cut you. Everything is, you determine what you're gonna bleed for. You dig what I'm saying?
Another one, okay.
So, and some cats bleed for the money. Some cats bleed for the sex. Some cats bleed for other people. Everything is gonna cut you. Everything in life, you get cut, man.
Yeah.
You determine what you bleed for. You dig what I'm saying? So, the music business, that whole situation, it was cutting me, but I couldn't bleed for it. I couldn't bleed for it because there was other stuff I had to bleed. My mother was diagnosed terminal, right? That came, I'm getting ready to go, I'm making another, to be a mortal album, I think. And I'm still trying, I'm still in it. I'm got gigs back and everything's popping. And even the deputy, they happy, and then she gets I'm terminal, So, and I'm like, I can chase this career, but I'm gonna lose something with her, because you can't be two places at the same time.
Absolutely.
Or I could, what's more important? And I figured, to me at the time, man, that, seeing to what she had to do was more important,
Yeah, absolutely, no doubt about it. Honor thy mother and thy father, man. You had to do that. So we looked at you like, we revered you as a rapper, man. When
I couldn't.
Song came out, because it reminded me of like your whole look was like a precursor to like how Big Daddy Kane ended up coming eventually.
Kane called me tonight. He was in Chicago tonight. Kane, Kane, Paz, Kane, a bunch of cats, man. Cats start wearing suits. They start getting fly, start wearing gators. They gators. What's that? $800 pair of shoes. I'm not doing it. Yeah, you are.
Right.
Yeah, you are. You gonna keep it pimping?
Right. Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's the problem, man. We come out here original and we go to bed, carbon copies. Keep it pimping, man. It's power in my perspective, power in my persona.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? People, but that's another thing. But see, I changed. I didn't want to. And one of the problems that I was having with that, though, you're right. A lot of cats perceive me, and I was trying to live it, man. I was trying to, But like I said, you everything is gonna cut you. You determine what you bleed for.
Yeah.
Man, I couldn't really. I couldn't buy into the whole rapper, because if you got family, if you got people depending on you,
right.
You got to live. Suicide is not an option. You know what I'm saying? I had a lot of people depending on me. You know, so I couldn't go out. I couldn't go out here and just do crazy stuff. I had to approach things. You know, how can I make this work? And it was not all glamorous like that. You know, I couldn't. I couldn't. You know, it was a facade, man. I couldn't buy into that. And so and there was a lot of things happening that were pushing me. You know, I'm not really part of this. You know, I can't really commit to this. Yeah. You know, and then there's other commitments that you have to make that I absolutely was not gonna make. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, you know.
So a lot of that stuff been going on.
So when the decision came to that, you know, when the time came to I honor this woman and, you know, and try to, however long she has, try to make that the best it could possibly be, or do I split my time, you know, and get to her when I can, you know, or in between. So it's either or, you know. So I chose.
Did your career popping off at the time, being toured and all that, did that assist in you being able to kind of ease the blow financially with your mother's medical stuff like
financially, when they got word, because it was floating around, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? You know, because when I tell you the cats, the attitude of me first and me only, that's
a real thing.
That's a real thing.
Yeah.
You know, so and on that strength, that's how cats could even have the question of what's he gonna do? You know, like, you don't know what I'm gonna do, you know. And when it became obvious that he gonna go take care of his mother's family, gonna take care of that. You know, I had a wife and kids at the time. My sons are growing up. You know, they out in the street. I can't have that. You know, I got this woman with me. We get this guy married, but she, you know, she's all over the place. She don't really. I got to give her some guidance. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, the commitment was too great for me to just. I thought when it became obvious I was gonna leave, I'm gone. Them cats started scrambling to get every dime they could get. You know, they started scrambling whatever money I didn't have in my pocket. I was gonna have to. You know, they was grabbing it. You know, because you know I can't fight them because I'm committed to something else. They know it's not gonna be a fight. Yeah. They start taking. You know, and start
and everything.
They tried to take the plug. I mean, the things I could get with even the lawyer, but a lot of practice of that during that time was if you get a lawyer, they come behind you and get the lawyer 3-4 times, whatever you.
They pay him off. Yeah.
You know, so that happened a couple of times. You know, so and you know, so when the scrambling began, I didn't have anybody I could, you know, because they was trying to, anybody I could have gone to say, you know, watch out for me. They was grabbing what they could grab, you know. And, you know, I'm not going to, and like I said, you got to keep it pimping. That's one thing about me, maybe it separates me from a lot of cats, man, is that I can't keep it pimping for on my side or it's pimping regard. You know, you keep it pimping.
360 degrees.
Yeah. You know, I couldn't even I can't blame the dog for being a dog.
Yeah.
You didn't see the mistake comes when I'm mistaken for a cat.
Yeah.
You didn't see when I see it as a cat. If I made the mistake. Yeah. You didn't say I can't get mad at you for being a dog. You're a dog.
Right.
Yeah.
They're like having a pet snake.
Yeah.
And he bites you like, man, why you let him do? I'm a snake.
I'm a snake, bro. What you expect? Yeah. What you expect?
Yeah.
You're supposed to baby.
Yeah. It's my nature.
It's my nature. Yeah. And that's exactly what, and you got to keep it like that. Yeah. So I'm held hostage to that. You know what I'm saying? When you create, honor is a gift a man gives to himself. You can't nobody take it away or bestow it upon you. You have to give it to yourself or you lose it yourself.
Right.
But that's it. And once you give it to yourself, like you can only take it away. You take it away through your actions. Once I commit to being this way, I got to be this way. You know?
It's like the principle of, if I dish it out, I gotta be with it.
You gotta be able, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. I remember Ice-T said about the music industry, he was like, man, look, you gonna be a hoe. It's just about what type of hoe you choose to be.
Yeah, a pimp ain't nothing but a hoe that done reversed the game.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, doctors got nurses, priests got nuns, pimps got hoes. You know, I mean, and that's all it is. I mean, and that's the way I saw it. The music business is the pimp. The music business is the pimp.
Yeah.
The artist is the hoe. The audience is the stage. I mean, the audience is the trick, and the stage, the corner is the stage.
Man.
You know, the corner is the stage, the audience is the trick. The artist is the hoe, and the record company is the pimp.
That's a hell of a
that's what it is.
Outlook right there, man. Yeah. Now, when the video,
Simple.
that's some
You know.
teaching. When the video to The Rain came out,
It's the one.
I think that's what like really, because now people get a chance to put the whole look and the persona with the song. The song was enough.
Yeah, but the
But
video.
now you see my brother up there, he's smooth, and he's like,
it was
hey,
cool.
hey, come on in.
Listen, I finance it.
Say, man.
And how much?
It's like that today.
How much was your
I
hands on the
wrote
video?
that. I wrote that. I wrote the whole monologue. We directed the video. I didn't direct the video, but I wrote the treatment.
Yeah.
Because at that point, I've already went to the. I've already framed the song. I didn't write the song. Vinnie Bell. Not like I give it, but it's due. Vinnie Bell actually wrote the song, the lyrics. But when he gave it to me, I'm saying, man, I can't. You know, what am I gonna do with this? That's gonna separate. That's gonna keep it relevant 30 years from now.
Yeah.
And he said, I don't know. So I know. You know, I spent my own money. I went in and wrote the monologue attached. I did remixed it, everything to accommodate the monologue.
Right.
You know, so at this point, I have so much into it. The video, I can't direct it, but I'm writing the treatment. This is what it's gonna look like. Right? These are the images, because that's how. And because the video worked with the record, it was everything
Perfect.
Did you pick out them tanks?
I picked out everything.
It was like fresh from TJ Maxx.
I picked out everything, baby. I picked out every single aspect, man. I picked it.
And who is the girl, and where is she at now?
She's in New York. That's my wife's cousin.
Wow.
Oh, man.
Cause that's what we always talk about. Like, man, she was beautiful, man. Like, like when Michael Jackson had Ola Ray on Thriller, we used to say, man, where's Ola Ray at now? And you see her years later.
But Danita's still beautiful. She still looks like she's a wellness coach. She still looks the same. That's my wife's cousin.
Man, that's
it was cool. Yeah,
that's
whole
a jewel.
experience was good. Man, I had a grand time during the period there. You know, even when I when I left there and went over to Tommy Boy for a minute, I had a good time there too. You know. But so I'm not mad at any of it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think that if I had to do all over again, I would have educated myself.
On the business side.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. You did what, 3 projects with Def?
Yeah, I did three of them, you know.
So what led to the split? It was just kind of like
when my mom got sick.
Okay, so that was around that
wasn't
time.
we hadn't been arguing. I'd been fighting. Me and the label about, you know, the money and all kind of stuff.
Same
but
stuff. Yeah.
It would have still been a fight, you know, because I was in it. It's more it's better for me to ease out of this situation as opposed to just ending it abruptly. You know, that's not good business. But because of the situation with my mother, it ended. You know, that was it.
So did you still have time on the contract at that time, or they just kind of say, all right, we're going to let it go. We don't let it go. Because normally, you know, in a situation like that, if you still was contractually obligated.
No, they didn't worry about the time. There was time on it. They didn't worry about that because they were going to steal the money. See, I knew the deal. I knew the game.
Right.
I knew, you know, once I'm getting ready to break out, I've been fighting you all this time to get money. I'm continuing to fight, and I'm going to win.
Right.
You mean, because I'm a fight. But now I got this on my mind. I can't really fight you like I need to fight you, and you know it.
That landed right on time.
It landed right on time.
For them.
So they're gonna get what they're gonna rate me with on the bread, you know. But I was able to snatch, you know, a nice little bit of change, and to be able to hold, you know, take care of what I had to take care of with my, you know, to make sure her life, you know, everything was good.
Let me ask you this: after that happened, because I heard you once before say that they didn't really push the song in the radio. There was the people that was calling and requesting.
Yeah, see, that when I got in, the labels they make money, and then this is like they make money, they got to lose money in order to balance it. You know, the business. So the label he wanted to make R&B music. But he wanted to make R&B music, so he has a personal, you know, he loves R&B music. Rick Rubin didn't want to make R&B music, so the way they balance that out is, we'll make the R&B music that you love, but we'll create the situation to take the fall. We'll lose money on this. Everybody on this side, on the R&B side, it's just, you know,
tax write-off.
It's a tax write-off.
Yeah,
you know, that way you get what you want, and I get what I want, which is to make some money. You know, and that was the experience.
And then the song said, boom.
Yeah, that's right. There was no promotion or marketing, nothing. Nothing at all behind that. Nothing, no.
Well, you know, they say good dope sell itself.
So, Player, when that record went to radio, people actually called and requested that record.
Yeah.
And that's what that was. There was not a dime spent. That's another reason why it wasn't. It's not like I spent money marketing and promoting and what I had, I owed money.
Yeah, recoupable.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But the money that was there, that was allocated for that, that's the money they was going to steal.
Right.
Because it was never spent until I spent it anyway. You know what I mean? But it just so happened that the record hit.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I mean, it really hit.
Yeah. Word of mouth with no overhead.
No, nothing.
That's why. Thing popping like
and then for all you young artists out there, that's what you should. If nothing else, that's a testimony.
Yeah.
You don't need. I mean, you radio. You don't need marketing dollars or promotion dollars. At least in that case, I didn't. You know, and if lightning could ever strike twice, maybe it strike for you too. You don't. If you make the music, make something that people gonna call and just request it.
Yeah.
And if it is that's what it'll be. Then that's what happened. That's what happened, man.
Yeah, we seen that too many times. We seen cats walk into the club and hand DJ a record, and that record just instantly grab everybody.
Yeah.
Like, so the DJ now, like, I ain't even tripping on no bread now, cause this is making me like I broke this record.
Yeah, that's what you're doing.
Yeah.
You can't do it all.
Yeah, no doubt. Man, I don't know if you up on this, big brother, but this is the greatness of your art. Now in 2025, you had the YouTubes and all that stuff that they have these reaction channels, bro.
Yeah.
Are you familiar with the reaction channels?
Yeah, I seen Curtis
and you see all these young people that's reacting to your music, man.
Yeah, that's
and
going
going
me out.
crazy over it. So that what you said about I gotta make something that's gonna still be here 30, 40 years.
Yeah, that was the purpose.
We seeing that.
Yeah.
Because they in their 20s, Kurt, and they listen, we gonna react to this song by this dude named Orange Dude. They don't know who it is. And then when they hear the song, they going crazy.
But see, you know, and I'm saying, it's gonna may sound a little corny, but that was God doing this thing.
Yeah.
See, when I was praying, when I was doing the record, I said, God, please bless me. You know, I should have, if I'd have asked for the money, I'd have got the money.
Yeah.
You know, but I asked, I said, man, let me bless me with creativity, man. Let me do this the right way first. I don't want to be, there's no cursing.
Right. Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
There's no belittling of black
on,
women.
man.
I didn't talk about you, and none of that.
Yeah.
It was all witty clear because I wanted to do it the right way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And God bless me and keep God bless me.
When you see,
now I hold your thought because I got to build on what he said. What you said is big because you ain't calling them no bees and no apes.
No.
You ain't saying no. What you gonna do? You say I might pull out the jam in, but that's just figure of speech. That's not. So in that regard, and you correct me if I'm wrong, because I know where I was from. The ladies even loved the song. Yeah. The ladies didn't feel no kind of way about the song. You know what I'm saying?
No, they don't.
Right.
You know, when women, what I found, a lot of women, they approached me, and but they were never disrespectful. They dug it because it allows a man to get his point across without causing damage.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's not what you do, play. It's the way you do.
Come on, man.
You know, that's in all things. You dig? So, you can get your point across without calling out a name, without belittling. Because after the argument's over, this is still your wife, or your woman, or your girl. This is, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And you got to give up that level of respect. The team, that's the problem with them young players, man. Want to be hot dogs. And then you got being sweet like relish. They really can't touch the mustard. They got a little bread, a little cheese. They're still trying to catch up on some pimping. But they need to recognize the game. The world don't make the world go round. They makes the ride worthwhile. Yeah. They have to live and learn how to dig and be dug in return. You got to treat that woman with some sensitivity. Come on. You feel me? That's grown folks talking.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, and I mean, if you're not, you sooner or later you get there. Some sooner, some later, some never. Yeah. But that's the purpose of listening to us. Because what we do, Kate, this is what we do. If y'all didn't know what we do, people know what they know. They know what they don't know.
Yeah.
It's what they don't know. They don't know. They need to find out. That's why they talk to us.
Boy, look.
Let's go, man.
Freaking tutorial.
Exactly. That's a class, right?
Life and game. Hold on. Scratch the name of my book. Life lesson. This is life lessons and lyrics right here, man. The great Orange Juice Jones. Go ahead, Keystone. You had something?
Nah, I was just gonna build on what you were saying with the reactions. What do you feel like when you even see like famous comedians like Mike Epps went and read?
Yeah, Mike Epps did. But he came and got me one time. He said, "Man, I want you to come over here and do it for my performance for my wife. I'm gonna give you some money." I said, "You got to give me some money."
I know that's right.
So I went there, and this is real talk. I mean, we went there to get to his wife, and she's sitting on the bar stool, and we in the bar because it's her birthday or something. And we all flat. I'm doing it, and I'm talking to her, and after a while, I said, I'm almost in the monologue halfway, and he comes to me, "Wait a minute, hold up, man. That's still my wife, man. Come on." And I said, here's your money. Here's your money. Go ahead. Come on, it's middle time. Let's go. That's it. And it was great. Yeah, but he was cool. Mike Epps was really, really cool. Him and the other kid that was Glover.
The singer.
No, the guy does Saturday Night Live. I think Daryl.
I know who you're talking about.
He sang
he sung the song. He's Childish Gambino.
Childish Gambino.
Yeah.
That was another. He did a little spoof on Saturday Night Live about it, and I thought that was kind of cool. Yeah, he recreated it. Yeah,
Do you still know about her? You still know about her?
Yeah, oh man, come on.
Do you know how many times he performed this song?
Yeah, I know about her. Yeah.
Look, waking up at 4 in the morning, and they say, "Sing it."
Yeah, you will hear it. Every time you hear a light bill do, every time every time that gas bill do, you won't hear it.
I know that's right.
I can't give you nothing but advice.
I wanted to ask you that too, because nowadays you see, especially with the rappers, you see that they put together a lot of these throwback concerts, and they bring a lot of rappers from the 80s. So have you got in on that? Where they booking you?
A couple cats call me. I do a gig if it's
if it makes sense.
If it makes sense.
Yeah.
At this point in life, man, what I'm trying to do now, man, there's no more trying to chase me. I'm trying to tend to my garden right now, man.
Come on.
My children are all of the age where they're at the crossroads. My wife, me and her, we getting older now. I want to have some quality time with her.
Mm-hmm.
Me and my brother both of them, we still trying to go. I'm still trying to go fishing with them. Still trying to,
Oh, Cubby, get out there with that pole. Got that fish. You banging them in. You put them in.
Yeah.
My
brother Charlie just came back. He just wandered back. I've been trying to find him, looking for him in the daytime with a flashlight.
Yeah.
He just wandered back in. I keep my eye on him.
Yeah.
When I sneak out here. I'm trying to get reconnected with family, man.
Yes, sir.
And do the things that are important to me in life, because life is short, baby.
Yeah.
Life is short, man.
Yeah.
And I'm just trying to enjoy myself and make everybody around me that I can, add to their enjoyment too.
You still young, brother. I wanted to ask you about, we transition over into, we talked a little bit about the music from then to now, but what do you think about what you was just saying about how the song was worded and it was getting the point across as not being derogatory? Then you go back to, like we say, Isleys, Al Green, Teddy P, whoever you listen to, you could say the same things that you want to say to a woman without saying, "Let me snatch your panties down and spread your cheeks over there." What do you think about today's R&B? Because, like you said, everybody had an identity. Now it's more just to the point. It ain't to knock, it's just an observation.
Not to knock it. Yeah, but I mean, you got, cats get it how you live. You get it how you live. I can't. I'm going to say this correctly because I don't really have an opinion or an idea, because I don't hate the player, I hate the game. I don't hate the player, I hate the game. I think people now, today's R&B is they get it the way they live. They live wild. They live turned up. They live, young girls want you to,
straight to the point.
They direct, I mean, that's how, and if that, I don't think that's, it's a good thing, but then again, it doesn't really matter what I think, people, you carry your own bricks. You know what I'm saying? And my job as a parent is I'm not supposed to take someone to the water and make them drink. I'm just supposed to show them where the water's at, and whether you drink or not, but this is where it's at, you know. And I think that's the problem. I'm coming back to it. That's the problem. I think the deficit in today's music is because I think these young cats are really going out on shooting it from the hip. They're doing it the way they see it, you know, well, doing what they think, and they're not really seeking counsel, seeking some kind of, you know, advice or some kind, you know, they're not talking to anyone, you know, that have ever been there or done it, or just lived longer than them, to give them an option. You know, because I just can't see, you know, a chick. What is it? Booty hole brown. I just can't see it, man. You know, I can't. And I mean, I never seen nobody walking down the street singing them songs. You know, and he did like a lunch bag. You know, I don't know. You can't. You know, today's music is it music?
Yeah.
You know,
It just ain't no mystery though, man.
Ain't no mystery.
Like, man, you listen to Isaac Brothers. Living for the love of you, man. That's like poetry, bro.
Yeah,
and everything that they're saying, it's like, so I'll speak more my dissatisfaction, and we talk about this in rap too, but in R&B a lot, because the artistic creativity, the originality, the mystery, the wording. It's just not that in R&B.
And then people were in love. Then people that was music to fall in love to make children buy. Today's music is not really geared for that. They're not. They not really.
They making children, but they like rhyming somewhere. Yeah.
They it's like a jump off in a main event. You know, it's like it's not what it used to be. You know, I don't think it ever will be again. You know, but perhaps. I mean, who knows what tomorrow may bring? I can only hope that there'll be somebody tomorrow that'll say, you know what, I'm going to do something that's going to survive 30 or 40 years. I'm not going to curse. I'm going to do it this way. You know, maybe if I set any kind of blueprint or guideline, maybe somebody else will do something like that. You know, and maybe not. You know, I don't know. I'm just, you know, I'm hopeful. You know. But like I said, man, with today's artists, man, I want to get as much as they can get and do as well as they can. I don't know how you can do it throwing yourself out there like that, you know. But then again, you know, I'm 69 years old. Maybe I'm not supposed to get it. Maybe it ain't for me.
Well, you know, I think at this age, even at my age, man, it's like we got an obligation to at least make the attempt to try to give them the game. Now, like you say, you can't make them drink the water, but I can offer you a glass of it, you know.
And I think what the good thing is that I think young cats are more in of a mindset to be more receptive now. You know, I think they realize, you know, like I said, you don't know how broke you are till you get some money. Once you don't know how ignorant you are until you get around people who are more intelligent, who will take the time to inform you. You know what I'm saying? And that's a deficit on both sides. Because just like young cats may not take the time to approach an older cat who don't take the time to reach out to a young cat, he's just as good.
Come on, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Come on, man.
They ain't all on them. You know what I'm saying? If they don't want to come, you gotta, you know, approach them. And I find that that's true. And if you force cats to say, no, I don't want to hear that, then at least you're not blood guilty. You can walk away and you know, it is what it is.
I shot my shot.
I shot my shot, took my shot.
It's like hollering at a woman. You're like, you didn't say you were scared to talk to her. You can't be bad because you ain't get her because you ain't shoot the shot. You shoot the shot, she say no there. Hey, all right.
You know, but I did that. I took the shot, chick. My shot, only happened once or twice.
Ain't everyday occurrence.
But she told me now, and I said, well, can you explain what I did wrong? You know, and let me, you know, try. And because it's nothing to get upset about, but you keep it pimping. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it is, man. You know, and I don't know. I'm just hoping that, but we, you know, but we have no thing. We listen. We're doing this thing called Love on the Rocks.
Okay.
And so it's like
Lee Shelton film.
Yeah, and so Lee Shelton film.
Thanks for been working
Yeah, start over, Kurt.
Collaboration with Lee Shelton film. You know, Juice already been.
Yeah.
Hold on, let's get your plug back up again. Yeah. Yeah, now explain it, what you got.
Yeah, he's already now. So he been doing some work already with Lee Shelton Film.
Yeah, so
and they have a couple of movies that's dropping. Love Mountain, the movie has a couple of different variables that they use for marketing, like the pop the balloon thing.
Yeah.
He got some appearance on that. I don't know the episode.
Yeah.
But what? I got all that pop the balloon.
No, not pop the balloon. No. He was hosting.
Okay.
He was one of the hosts. We ain't gonna let him pop the balloon.
I can see the words he say when he pop the balloon. Get out of here, yelling.
I'm not here. They ain't gonna pop no balloons, baby.
So from that, the director thought it was a good idea.
Yeah.
Thought it would be a good idea to create a show for a 40 and up dating show.
Okay. Singles, yeah.
A single.
Yeah.
So it's called Love on the Rocks.
Love on the Rocks.
Only a little bit of information.
Yeah.
You know, when the boy said similar to Pop the Balloon, so you
but more than those.
Y'all that Red Rooster.
You know what I'm saying?
Red Rooster edition.
Yeah. But that's gonna be our contribution to trying up in the game.
There you go.
Yeah, that's our contribution trying up in the game.
But you know, the thing with something like that, I ain't gonna say I would assume, but you would think that they age demographic, it would bring a more mature approach. But I ain't gonna lie, I done found out a lot of times them 40 and 50 don't mean nothing. It's about mindset. You think you talking to a youngster when you sometimes you talk to something.
Absolutely. That comes from you know, it not being any guidance or, you know, because I see a lot of chicks out here, they trying to hang out with their daughter.
Yeah.
You know, and club with them and all that. You know, with that I don't blame them. You know, I blame whoever man or lack of.
Yeah, come on, man.
I blame that, you know.
That's right.
Because a woman needs a man.
Yeah.
You know
Absolutely.
in all things. It lack understanding and direction, you know. But like I said, you don't get what you want if you don't know what to ask for.
Yeah.
You know. And again, women know what they know what they don't know.
Yeah.
But it's what they don't know, they need to find out. That's why they need to talk to cats like that.
Right.
You dig what I'm saying? But the problem is a lot of cats, they don't know either.
Yeah.
You know.
We all blind leading the blind out
Blind
here.
leading the blind. But you know, in the world with the blind leading the blind, even a cat with one eye, he
the king.
He the king. You know.
Yeah,
that's what it is, man. You know, I'm blessed to be here. I'm blessed to have this time. We trying to create situations where we can reach out to young cats and just give them some game on the level that they understand, you know, through our own efforts with this dating game, through the efforts of hanging out with fly cats like yourself.
Yeah.
You dig what I'm saying? This is the movement that I think that is going to get us in front of cats, and hopefully, you know, they'll hear what, you know, the way we carry ourselves and conduct ourselves. You know,
you took the thought out of my mind. I you know, leading by example is the best way to do it, because a lot of times I think our young people, they tired of hearing us talk. They're like, so we could talk all day and can really, really be about what we talking about, but if they not seeing us exemplifying it, they like, man, I ain't trying to hear all that, man. That's why a young dude that's out in the streets, he'll have more respect for an older gangster who done walk them shoes than he would for, here I come as a social worker trying to come tell him what he need to be trying to do it and straighten up.
Yeah.
I want to ask you this on another music note. In your decades and decades of being in the game, if this actually happened, give me 3 artists that you met in your time that might have had you a little starstruck when you finally met them for the first time.
All of everyone, not just 3 of them. I'm starstruck. I'm starstruck sitting here with you.
Oh, come on, man. The chicks in the mail just like that.
No, man, listen, man, everybody man, that I meet, it don't have to be a star. It could be a man that, you know, is going out here doing what he got to do to feed his family.
Yes,
Everyone
sir.
is committed to something greater than themselves, to do something for other people besides themselves.
Yeah.
You know, I gotta applaud that.
Yeah.
You know, and every time I meet a cat on the street that I'm in awe. Because everybody could tell you something. You can learn all the time. You know,
Come on.
And every time you give something, that's God's giving you an opportunity to stack the blessing.
Yes,
You know what I'm saying? So man, everybody's a star.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Like Sly Stone said.
I was asking this.
Yeah.
When you see how R&B is sort of like phasing out, What do you think about how that's going now?
Pure R&B.
Yeah, pure R&B.
Yeah.
But cats,
Not a rapper. Not a rappers are singing.
No, he's talking about pure. Yeah, but you talking about R&B from that, because those cats. You talking about the Al Green, Teddy Pendergrass, Barry White. I mean, those. You know, those. We see the R&B was a standard for those cats. You know, R&B was a standard for all of the artists of that period. This is R&B is not a standard for these cats. R&B is a genre. You know, it's just you know, it's something to. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I know that there was a certain. It's a difference between a Rolls Royce and a Toyota. They'll both get you there. You know what I'm saying? But which one would you go? Which one? You know,
which one do you want to be seen hopping out of?
But there ain't no right. Some cats just want to get there.
Yeah,
they don't give a damn what it is.
Right.
Toyota, some cats want to get there specifically a certain way. I want to get there. Right. You know, depending on what it is. Yeah, I want to get there the right way. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, go ahead, sir. No, I'm saying that's it. Yeah.
No, I remember coming up, it always was two. It was like Yo MTV Raps, and then we had Donnie Simpson. You know what I'm saying? So they made a point to make sure this is all R&B, and then they made a point this is all hip hop. Now they don't really do that no more.
No, because the lines are blurred. You know, because once if something is either this is hip hop, and that's what it is. Then anything else outside of that, you know what. If you know what it is, then you know what it ain't. But if you're not sure what it is, then it could be.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if I'm in the business of putting out music and I'm going to put out specifically hip hop, I want to identify this is hip hop. I want to my audience. I want you to know this is what this is. This is hip hop.
Yeah.
And this is R&B. This is R&B. This is hip hop. I'm interested in putting out music, selling records. I'm interested in giving the people what they want, what they need. If I just want to make money, I'm not going to tell you this is R&B. I'm not going to tell you this is hip hop. I'm just going to put the record out. It's all that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's all that. And just put it out. And I don't care what it is, as long as it satisfies all of that. And if it's both of those, it can't be either or.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So you can't be R&B or hip hop if you're R&B and hip hop.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And if you're either or, then there's a certain standard that you're held to, because you got to be that. But if you're both of them, there is no standard, because you could be either or.
You're on the fence.
Yeah, you're on the fence. So and that's what I get. You know, I get the mediocre, and then and after a while, I become used to that.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And then everything becomes blurred, because music sets the tone for everything else.
Right. Yeah. Man.
It's transsexual music.
Even transsexual. But it's easier to make the transsexual. It's easier to make the transsexual. No, that's real. It's easier to make the transsexual attitude more realistic if the music is transsexual. Hey, man, wait a minute. I don't know. We might get canceled, man. I don't know.
Only he would phrase it like
hold up.
Only he would phrase them.
I'm talking that thing what I'm saying. Wait a minute. Wait. Transatlantic? Transformer. No, but you know, but that's what I'm saying, man. When the lines become blurred, then that's all you see is the blur. When they're not blurred, then you see the lines. But when you see the lines, you know what's what. You know, this whole, even down to call me this, or I'm seeing myself as that. That's blurred. You know what I'm saying? If you this, but you saying you that.
I identify
as this, but I'm supposed to be that. I'm this way, but I'm identified that way. You know, and I want to be. I don't want to give you what you want, so I'm just as blurred as you. Okay, but then music is just like that.
Right.
Then that mean the clothing is like that. I mean and ultimately the attitude become like that. The food become everything that is driven.
He dropping rocks
by the music, the mentality of the times. If music is meant to convey the mentality of the times, isn't that what this music is doing? Isn't this music supposed to be blurred right now? It's supposed to be blurred.
Right.
Wow.
Because the mentality of the times.
Mentality is blurred.
Wow. You know, so we rap what we supposed to be, which we don't want to be there, but you know, if you know you are, then you know where you ought to be.
Right.
Because you know where you don't want to be.
Yeah.
You know,
unbelievable.
You know, so that's where we are. You know, we the music is blurred, the attitudes are blurred.
So therefore, everything is blurred.
Everything is
The
blurred.
vision is blurred.
The culture.
Yeah,
is
we
blurred.
need glasses,
You know.
prescribed glasses. Yeah.
The cultural thing. I'm not. I don't know. I've been thinking about it too. Black culture. If isn't culture something that you can't take away?
Supposedly. Yeah.
So if anyone can take it away, it can't be culture.
Right. Right. Right.
So if we're complaining about losing things that have been taken away, if it's cultural, it can't be taken away.
That's right.
So, but we're complaining about things that are being taken away. So those things obviously can't be cultural.
Yeah. And you see, when you said that reminded me a few years back when everybody was kind of on this thing about saying hip hop is dead, hip hop is dead. And I always was thinking well, nah, it ain't dead among the people who still true to it.
Right.
You know, so I understand. See, when people say hip hop is dead, they looking at it from what the commercialized mainstream imprint that's been placed on it. Like, yeah, of course, the corporate mainstream machine has watered it down and corrupted it, but the people that's still in the trenches doing it the way they do it, nah, it ain't dead. We still get it on. We still get it on.
Hip hop. I mean, it's if you're in the industry, if you're in the business of selling music, the business of music, and hip hop being dead, that would make sense.
Yeah.
If you wanted to kill it and inject something else, because the people aren't saying hip hop is dead.
Exactly.
You know, so who's promoting that?
If I'm viewing what I'm seeing on a mainstream level as hip hop, then I can say it's dead.
Yeah.
But if I'm down here in the gutter and I'm listening to this dude, it's like, nah, we good. Y'all worry about that. Yeah, we straight. Let me ask you this too. So after Def Jam, was you able to still kind of keep a good relationship with Russell, or did that go bad?
No, you know, that's what I'm saying. Russell and I, we're not enemies. We just, I mean, this is. I don't. But what he did was wrong. I think stole everything. You know, nigga stole.
Yeah, no trip to Valley, no time.
It's dope, but you know what it is, though, player. Let me, and I'm not like I say. See, I'm held hostage by my convictions, by my standard. I'm held hostage by it, and a lot to my own detriment. You know, Russell stole money. But he shouldn't have stole money had I not been in the position to have the money stolen from me.
Yeah.
You dig what I'm saying?
Right.
So if I'm blaming him because he stole my money, but I was high when he stole it.
Yeah.
You know. So I mean, if it's his nature, I can't blame a dog for being a dog.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I made the mistake.
You set your wallet down around the prostitute, and now you're mad because she didn't. You fell asleep and she woke up. She gone with your wallet. Yeah. That's your fault.
That's your fault.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I get
you. You know, are we in a position where like no, I'm not. You know, we don't. But do I hate him or not? No.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, it is what it is, man. And I don't even have the luxury of spending time deliberating upon it. You know what I'm saying? Because life is moving. I got too many folks depending on me, and I gotta try and do the best I can while I can.
Right.
You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And when them lights go out, it don't matter what he stole.
I think that's a lesson to artists, because a lot of times artists are, for 20, 30 years, they'll hold that anger and animosity behind. Man, the label messed over me. But you're only as good as what you're able to negotiate. So a lot of do labels and CEOs, do they take advantage of our ignorance as artists?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
You know, so the thing is, you might take that first punch in the face, your first trip around the block, but at some point, fool me once, shame on you. And then that principle kicks in, because if you come back again and you're still in the game and you continue to get messed over, that's no longer them people's fault.
Not their fault.
That's on you at that point. You haven't learned nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's on you. Brother, like I say, it's amazing. You know, while you in it, you know you in it.
Right.
You know, and then when you step back, then you see the picture for what it is. But by that time, you know, you either turn to something else, or it's just too late to catch up. You know, and like I say, you can't half step in life, baby. If you're gonna be one way, be that way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If I'm going, I play the life. I don't live the life and play the game. I play the life and live the game. You know what I'm saying? My whole perspective, you know, is different.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it has to be different across the board, completely different. It ought to be different at all. You know what I'm saying? I can't half step. You know what I'm saying? Even if I wanted to be, I can't even manifest that kind of attitude, man, because it takes two. You know how hard is the whole anger?
Yeah.
Whole
No, you can't.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's why you're 69 and still clear in the face.
I would
and
like to
looking
think so, baby.
You
I would
know,
like
you
to think
manage
so.
your stress, and then you eliminate things that you shouldn't allow to just sit on your head for too long. Yeah.
Listen, like I said, player, you change what you can, you do what you can as you can, and when you get to a point, at some point, God is.
Yeah.
You
Come
dig?
on, man.
That's it, and that's being arrogant. Actually, you never even get to the point. That's where it begins.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? God is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No doubt.
If I truly believe in that, and I'm not overtly zealous of the religion, I'm not, but I'm practical, but I'm an intelligent man. You know, and I know that if there is a God and I really have committed to that line, that way of thinking, then he is going to support me. You know what I'm saying? He is going to, whatever is wrong, he's going to make it right. Now, if I truly believe that, then keep power in my perspective, power in my prayer. Prayer is my priority. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all hear what he's doing now?
That's what I'm saying. If I remember,
He pimping right now.
He pimping right now. And you keep it pimping.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, and if you're going to do that, do that.
Right.
And that's why I've decided to do that, brother. That's the way I live my life. That's why I can't really, I have no animosity. I have no anger. I just got, how they do what they do to the dump.
No doubt. Yeah. You was in that vein in the 80s, where it was guys like yourself that was in that hip hop era, but was accepted like Force MDs.
I knew all of them cats. We hung out.
Yeah.
They were, and unfortunately, but all of them died.
Yeah.
Wow. All of them died.
Yeah, no doubt.
But I knew, and I went to all their funerals.
Yeah.
I went, well, no, Jesse's not dead. I don't think Jesse.
I think it's one left.
There's one left. Yeah, he's not dead. But the other one, Mercury, TT, all of them, I went to their funerals.
Yeah.
And and then I'm trying to think of a way to say it. Sly Stone told me. Sly Stone told me. I went.
This the part.
He told me. He said, "I'm gonna tell you." Now that's when you said, "Who was I off?"
Yeah,
him,
man.
Him. He M2
R.I.P. to Sly just passed away recently.
Yeah, he
man.
just died. Yeah,
I hate I didn't meet Sly. Yeah,
I met. He was doing an album with M2.
And M2 just passed away.
Yeah, he did too. Yeah, it was not him. How we hung out. He was a good guy. But Sly Stone was doing an album with M2 called Confusement Park.
Yeah.
It was the name, and he had taken all the rides and the terror ride and the thunder. I mean, he had turned the rides into social commentary about what was going on in the world, and it was really cool, but he so I met him because I was in awe. He lived in New Jersey, and I was mad. He called me. He said, "Come on over." I went over, and I met him. And so Sly Stone, he said, I'm happy to meet you. I said, "I'm happy to meet you. It's an honor to meet you." And he looked at me, and I'm tell you something. And when you wind up making your mind up, at that point, you wind up instead of down. Because we remember the prayer, but we've forgotten how to pray. That's why cuss words, I don't trust words. They don't look like us words. Are so easy to say. And then he turned up and walked out the room. And I immediately went and got a pencil and paper and wrote that down. Wow. And that's it. When you wind up making your mind up, at that point you find up instead of down. Because we remember the prayer, but we've forgotten how to pray. That's why cuss words, I don't trust words, they don't look like us words. Are so easy to say. Yo, man, that rocked me, man.
Genius,
that
man.
rocked me in front of Jehovah God.
Profound.
Sly Stone told me that, and I have never forgotten it. And it's true to this day.
Man, unbelievable, man.
It's true to this day.
Yeah, Sly was a genius, man. That man's amazing, man. And
he never got his just due.
Never.
He never got it. And that might seem, not equal. It might seem like he was shortchanged, but his spirit, when I met him, his spirit was at peace. The kind of peace that you find when you understand that God is.
That's
you
right.
know what I'm saying?
That's right.
And despite this music business, man, all of this, there's a certain tone of it that is kind of evil. It is kind of
Absolutely.
decadent.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But we know that coming in. You know what it is. You know, and everybody get down. Some cats get down. They try to get touched, and they can't handle it, and they lose their mind, and some lose their lives. You know, some just get out while they're getting this good, and they may not have nothing but the memory of it. You dig what I'm saying? But in life, you get what you give. You dig what I'm saying? And I gave all I could give to this until I had to give what I had left to something that was greater than this. And I did that, and I was fortunate in that sense. And up until now, you know, the money, the fame, a lot of cats, no, we didn't get a lot of money like could have got. We didn't get a lot of the, the car, all of the things that come with it. But what I did get out of it, man, is I've been married to the same chick for 38 years.
Wow.
You know what I mean? All my children love and honor and respect me, and they've never given me any grief.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? My mother died loving me, praising. My father was the same thing. I was with each one of them at their death. You know what I'm saying? Even now, I got my brothers around me. Everybody's healthy.
Yeah.
Everybody's, you know what I'm saying? And we here. You see, we here. That's the beauty of it. That's the glory given to God. You did, and that's at the end of it all, man. If you can come out, I think I won. You know, I feel like I won.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. I agree because we come from a place where we saw a lot of people that didn't win. That lost, like you said, they lost their life, lost their freedom, lost their mind.
Lost their mind.
So now to be all these years later, lost their manhood.
Don't even know what he said.
No,
Earlier, I heard you earlier, man. I never lost it.
no, man. But you know what? I'm glad he said that though, Kurt, because at the end of the day,
I had to get it.
He doing the little test thing earlier. I say, he gonna go there.
No. But see, because you gotta understand something, bro.
Keep it
That's more prevalent now than any time.
Yo, boy, you have no idea.
Yeah. So I can imagine in your time that was going on, but without social media, without all these outlets to put it out there, a lot of people got away with that type of stuff. Or a lot of guys and females who got victimized by it.
There was a lot of cats was on that time.
Yeah.
Apparently,
Still is.
But it wasn't as obvious. They went through great lengths to make sure that was not, because it just wasn't cool, man.
And they was able to keep it under wraps back then.
They had to, man. You want nobody walking around here every time you pass gas, something falling now. You don't know. Damn. Falling out.
Here we go. Here go the two-part of it right here.
Yeah.
Just saying, I'm making joke light of it, man. I'm making it, and I hope I don't get in real trouble behind it. What kind of trouble can I get in right now?
Hey, man. This the Underground Dialogue podcast.
Yeah, I can see it. Oh, he think you got away.
Yeah.
Let's squeeze out and grab him.
Yeah.
Let's touch that one.
No, but you hitting it though, brother, because a lot of these young artists they going through that right now. But only difference is they business all out the street now. It ain't no way around.
I don't understand that, man. I don't understand that play. There was a time when shame was part of it.
Oh no, shame. What? That ain't in the dictionary no more. That word don't exist.
Man, ain't no shame, baby. Ain't no shame.
They promote that.
That's what. Yeah, that's why.
Yeah.
That's one of the numbers.
That is. That's the marketing tool. It's like, you ain't know what I mean? Yeah, but the thing is, man, when you said a lot of them lost their manhood, see, to a lot of y'all young cats out there and females, they're like, that's a version of losing your life. Because you still physically breathing, but you done allow somebody to take an aspect of you that you can't reverse. You never get that back. That part of your character and all that. So a contract shouldn't be worth all that, bro. No amount of money should be worth all that.
Yeah, not your dignity.
Yeah.
Your self-esteem.
Yeah,
but there's another side to that coin, though. I mean, if you by yourself, I guess you just, but if you got
I don't know.
Stay safe right now.
Read this on that microphone like that. It's the underground dialogue, man.
Good to go.
Yeah.
It's good to go.
Yeah.
Good to go.
Yeah,
We do what people don't.
yeah. You gonna get start straight.
Well, you know what? But on the same token, though, realness ain't popular no more.
It's not.
And so it's a
Nah.
situation where
Yeah.
now we find ourselves in this I don't want to say necessarily, let's say, politically correct society, but you gotta watch what you say society, even when it's the truth.
Yeah.
And I don't really subscribe to that. You know, I understand on certain things you might, okay, there may not be the time or place to address this, but when something is based around truth that could be beneficial to the people that can help somebody, hey, we gonna say it, man.
Yeah, well, we still gonna keep it light.
Yeah, keep it light. Yeah. Oh yeah, no doubt about it.
The truth can set you free and get your ass locked up.
Man.
We'll get your ass. Might not get down.
Yeah.
You are guilty until proven innocent.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
In the United States, some of you states in America. That's absolutely what. You got to think, Keystone, before we get our big brother out of here.
Man,
Yeah,
my
for
last
sure.
thing was knowing that you from Fifth Ward. My only question.
No, third ward.
Third-
No,
oh,
my father
third
was
ward.
in Fifth Ward. Yeah, my father lived out there.
Oh, okay.
His people there.
I
Keep
thought
from
you
the
said-
trade.
I thought you said Fifth-
Yeah.
I was saying, how did you get out?
No. We was
Dad from Phil.
Yeah, I
Ward.
was saying, how did you get out of there without checking?
I was. You know, I think I met him one time. I think I met 3 times. Yeah, and each time was nothing but a gentleman.
Yeah.
I mean, he's one of the coolest cats. And I'm not just saying that.
No, he always been. I tell the same
He probably
testimony.
wouldn't even remember when we met, but it was brief. I think he's right. Yeah, but he was one of the coolest cats ever. And his sons too.
Yeah.
His sons too, Jazz and the other one, Junior. I didn't know. I think I met Jazz a couple times, also. But Mookie and him, yeah. My sons know. But the senior man, one of the coolest cats, ever.
He always been real accommodating with me. I'll get that same testimony. Jay been solid with me since the 80s, you know, since the 80s, man, no question.
But you and him have a history. Y'all have a
well, I mean,
relationship.
I've never been on rap a lot, but we come across each other over the years. But anytime I ever came across him, he's always accommodating, always welcoming. And if there's anything I had to ask him, he always had some good game. You know, we've had him on our show back when we was doing a radio show. He always showed love to me, man. You know.
Well, that's a testimony to real power.
Yeah.
You know, when real power, it doesn't have to exhibit itself.
No question.
It never exhibits itself.
Absolutely.
You know, and not only power like street. I mean, power a man's ability to control himself.
Right.
You know, to control real power. You never. It's cool for someone else to say that you, than for you to say it.
Come on. Come on, man. Look.
He said all the time.
No, that's when we get into the GOAT argument in basketball. It's like you got a guy. If he's never saying I'm the greatest of all time, but the people are saying it,
right?
You got another guy that keeps saying I'm the greatest of all time. I'm gonna lean more towards what the people saying about the guy who don't never say it about himself.
Yeah,
exactly.
You know, it ain't a good aesthetic when you always got to try to prove to people.
Right.
Let the folks determine.
Right. And he struck me as one of those guys that would never say that. He wouldn't say it.
Yeah.
You know, he struck me. You struck me.
We force that on him anytime, because that's one thing that I do say to Jay a lot of time when I come across him. I try to make sure that just little me, you look, bro, you got to understand that you was a foundational piece in terms of the Southern region, starting these labels and establishing this independent culture that Houston and the South became known for. So I always throw that at him, and other people like Master P and Baby and they have given him that. So he knows what it is, but like you say, he don't talk about it.
Well, you know what? When as I examined at one time, I looked at the whole. He was the only cat. He was the only cat down here. I think it was Russell. It was Russell. It was Fly Towers. A bunch of cats in New York doing independent labels. Sylvia, Sylvia Robinson.
Yeah.
You know, that Enjoy Records. The label that can Cold Chillin'.
Yeah.
That was you know, there was a lot of cats doing. But from what as I understand, he was the only cat here.
First.
That's what he was.
What did you say about being the first? Something
he
you said earlier?
he did it first.
Yeah.
And see that, but he kept it pimping.
Right.
That's
no doubt about it. Well, brother, I'm gonna tell you, man, it's been an honor. This
Honor's been
one of the ones
mine.
for us because and I gotta thank my brother Kurt. You know what I'm saying, for just showing love.
And my other brother, Charlie.
Glad to meet you, Charlie.
Yeah, my other brother.
Man, there's no question
family,
about it.
baby. We do it back.
Man, no doubt about it. I can tell that's your wingman back there,
Man,
too. He been throwing them alley-oops. Yeah, that's love. But, you know, like I say, anytime I get to chop it up and sit down with somebody that I came up listening to, man, just had.
Well, I was back, man.
You know what I'm saying?
was back.
Anytime you get ready, brother. Anytime.
Well, I'm living here now. I'll be here. I'm coming here exclusively, man. I love New York, and I still have business in New York.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna come home.
I heard him. He said it on camera. He said he coming back.
Yeah, come. Because there's nowhere like New York, but Houston is home.
Yeah,
right? So,
no doubt about it. No doubt about it.
Yeah, it's no brainer, man.
Oh, you know what? Before are you still doing music?
Yeah, man. Making the music. I'm supposed to go. I put it off 3 times. We had studio sessions lined up. Yeah. I put it 3 times because I went. You know when I got. We try and open up a little business down here and do a little business down here, and with the TV show. I mean, Love on the Rocks. But we got studio time booked. I mean, I've been stalling. We got songs. We got an EP done. Work. Almost to finish. But not almost.
One more round.
One. And it's grown folks music, man.
Yeah, I already know.
Real fly.
I wouldn't expect that.
Fly. No cuss, no that great, nothing crazy, but it's fly.
Yeah.
It's fly and it's cool, man. It's not what you used to, you know.
Yeah.
But it is what it ought to be.
Yeah,
right. You know
it's not what they use. It's what we used to.
It's what we used to, though. This is strictly for the players.
Yeah,
players gonna get it. Players gonna pick it up.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, but
it don't understand.
You ain't supposed to. You know, that don't mean it's bad. Just ain't for you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But we gonna keep it pimping. You know,
no doubt about it.
You know, power in our playlist.
This dude got 8,000 P.I.M.P pimping acronyms, man.
I tell you, man.
Woo, and all of them hard, man. Come on, man. The one and only, the legend, the man himself.
K. Reno.
You would know. Y'all without him is like cornflakes without the milk.
That's right. And let me tell you something about K. Reno. If you gonna get it because he want to see you with it. But if he ain't got it, no doubt about it, you better off without it.
Come on, man.
If K. Reno ain't got it, you better off without it.
Come on, man. He said it many
Please
times. All represented.
Keep it
I didn't make that up.
Yeah, we'll be back in a minute.
No question, man.
Power in our podcast.
God damn. Press the search.
Man, come on.
Oh, man, hold up.
It's your big brother, K. Reno.
And this your boy, Keystone.
This the Underground Dialogue Podcast. And we are out.
This motherfucker.
Come on, Stu.
It's your big brother, K. Reno. Look, man, the Underground Dialogue website is back in function. We back in motion, man. If y'all want Underground Dialogue Podcast merch, whatever you need, go to undergrounddialogue.com and check us out. And always make sure that every Wednesday night, y'all are checking out the Underground Dialogue Podcast right on YouTube, 9 p.m. Central Time. Yeah! What's up, man? It's your big brother, K. Reno. And check this out, man. The Underground Dialogue Podcast is offering advertising opportunities, man. You can promote your business. You can promote your video, your song, whatever it is that you have, man. Reach out to us if you're interested in promoting on the Underground Dialogue Podcast. All you got to do is email us at undergrounddialoguepodcast@gmail.com. Get it. What up, man? It's your big brother, K. Reno. I'm proud to announce that I'm a new brand ambassador to this new brand of clothing and shoes called Volas. Y'all make sure that y'all support this. It's already available. Houston-based company, straight out the A's. Look at the quality of the packaging itself. We ain't even got to the shoes yet, man. And this is just one
one pair of shoes, one design. They got all kinds of dope designs of shoes that you guys can choose from. Go to volage.biz and find your order, find what you want. Wide selection to choose from, male and female items, and I'm proud to be a part of it, man. Community workers, versatile products, volage, manufactured in Italy. Look at the quality of this box. Y'all don't know what it is. Catch y'all later on.